let's travel back to the epic era of frosted tips, low-rise jeans, MySpace, and velour tracksuits.
When people think back on 2000s fashion, the first thing they're gonna think about is juicy couture. I've never stopped wearing it.
Honestly though, why did we do that? But these were some very important times for a lot of us folks. You probably got your first flip phone, likely in hot pink. You raced home every night to see who messaged you on MSN, and you rewatched the Britney, Madonna, and Christina VMA kiss with your newly broadband internet on repeat. Ah yes, good times. As an 80s babe and a 90s kid, the 2000s were my true formative years. And for better or worse, the movies made me who I am today. Not sure what that's saying about me considering this was the time of the House Bunny.
Ah! That's hot! Oh!
But whatever, we're talking classics here. So crimp your hair, get on your corset, and belt out that Lady Marmalade, because today we're gonna be making a day of eats inspired by my favorite 2000s movies. Hey guys, it's your favorite elder millennial and dietitian. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. A quick disclaimer that the meals I make in this video are not a suggestion for how you should eat. These aren't necessarily what I eat in a day. I simply am using inspiration from my favorite iconic 2000s movies to build out a day of balanced eating, Abby style. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you never miss out on an episode. Let me hop in here super quick to talk about my sponsor, Element. As I'm getting older, I've realized how much better I feel when I'm properly hydrated. And yes, this obviously means focusing on drinking a lot of water every day, but this also means ensuring I'm replenishing electrolytes too. And anytime I speak with any of my RD colleagues about electrolyte supplements, we are all in agreement that Element is our go-to. So Element is an electrolyte drink mix with no sugar, gluten, colors, or artificial ingredients added, containing an evidence-based electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams magnesium. I spent a few months in Florida this year and I played tennis in the heat a few days a week. And if I didn't have my Element afterwards, I kind of felt off all day. Ensuring I'm keeping on top of my fluid and electrolyte needs helps to regulate hormones, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance to reduce the risk of headaches, muscle cramps, and fatigue. And it's not just for exercising heavily outdoors. I depended on these things while I was breastfeeding, and if I drink, I always have an electrolyte drink before bed. And even if you're not doing any extracurriculars, some folks are just kind of salty sweaters and may need a little more electrolytes to feel their best. My favorite is the watermelon, and when I'm craving something a little spicy, the mango chili totally hits. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order, so you get 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. This is an ideal way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. So you can get yours at drinkelement.com/Abbey Sharp, and this deal is only available if you use my link. So again, go to drinklmnt.com/Abbey Sharp to get yours today. All right, Abby, let's eat. Oh, the 2000s. They were rough. Let's just say that, especially for women in diet culture. And to help me get into character today, I even went to my mom's house, busted out the old photo albums, and found some not so cute images. Guys, there's an obligatory shot of me sleeping with my teddy. I mean, like, was this something that all teenage girls did? We had to take photos of ourselves pretending to sleep, a la Britney Spears' Rolling Stone slumber party. And it would seem that the trend hasn't died because most influencers still do this with their day in the life vlogs. Let me tell you right now, folks, if an influencer is showing themselves getting out of bed, they had to get out of bed and position the camera there to do it. But anyways, this one's cute. Little kitty. All right. Enough embarrassing nostalgia for today. I need my coffee. And we cannot talk about the 2000s without paying homage to the cult classic Mean Girls. I know this movie by heart, so of course I know Regina George's iconic coffee order.
You think I'm an idiot? No.
She doesn't even go here. I just have a lot of feelings. Go Glen Coco! Yeah, I have like ESPN. My nipples know when it's gonna rain. Well, they know when it is raining. That was so fetch. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets. If you're from Africa, why are you white?
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people whether they're white.
We could go to Taco Bell. Karen, I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. Gosh, you're so stupid. Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by Regina George. In case you're wondering, butter is not a carb, nor is the cream that we're about to put in our latte. And in typical 2000s fashion, I am pretty sure that Regina George would go for like the fat-free milk and then add the cream to it. Because the diet culture messaging in that movie is nothing if not incredibly ironic. Ugh, that looks terrible. I have never thought to put cream in my latte, but that does seem like the keto thing to do. So speaking of stupid diet trends, Abby, can you like go over the whole low carb versus high carb, low fat, high fat? If Regina George did want to lose weight, what would be her best bet? Well, to start, I don't recommend consuming an all-fat or all-carb diet.
I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid.
It has been long debated on what is better for weight loss, low fat or low carb. And the answer is not so black and white. Research does suggest that low carb diets tend to be more effective in the short term for weight loss, likely because of its appetite suppressing capabilities and the initial drop in water weight when we deplete our glycogen stores. But water weight isn't fat. And therefore, when we look at the data long term, we don't actually see any major differences when it comes to weight loss. In other words, weight loss comes down to what is the most sustainable and enjoyable way for you to create a calorie deficit. Oh, sorry, I was listening, Abby. I just happened to find a BuzzFeed quiz called Your Starbucks Drinks Will Determine Which Mean Girls Plastic You Are. And I think we need to play. Okay, do you want a hot drink or a cold drink? Both. What kind of drink do you want? Tea, frappuccino, coffee, hot chocolate? Ooh, I'm a coffee girl. Pick a flavor. Vanilla, caramel, mocha, matcha. Caramel, obviously, bitches. Boink. Pick a size. Tall, grande, venti, Trenta. Trenta? Pfft, that's extra. I'm just going classic grande because I'm default. Pick a snack. Bagel, brownie, croissant, granola. Ooh, I mean, I don't like the croissants at Starbucks, so we're going brownie. Oh, I'm Karen! Karen Smith. I'm friendly, hilarious, and loving, obviously. Well, that was fun. Let's make some breakfast. Okay, I have a very 2000s question for you. When you hear this song, are you thinking Napoleon Dynamite or Center Stage? This is gonna like separate the dancers from the non-dancers. I legit went back to ballet school with like 5-year-olds when I was in high school because I was so inspired by that film. But yeah, I actually love both movies dearly, and there wasn't a whole lot of eating in Center Stage, if we're being totally honest. It is a little triggering, we'll say that. But Napoleon Dynamite has some dang good food references.
Well, what's there to eat?
Knock it off, Napoleon. Make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Fine.
I have never met a single human who doesn't love a quesadilla. And quesadillas for breakfast? Get at me.
Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Girls only want boyfriends with great skills. Kid, bring me my chapstick. Gosh. Are you drinking 1% because you think you're fat? Because you're not. You could drink whole if you wanted. Napoleon, give me some of your tots. No, go find your own.
Okay, we're gonna do a little breakfast quesadilla. And it starts with some eggs and loads of cheese. And I'm gonna add some bell pepper into mine for some color. I swear to God, all my friends and I like did our own glamour shots just like that after Napoleon came out.
This is looking really good.
You can say that again.
All right, I'm kind of just freestyling this. It's been a while since I've made a egg quesadilla. This is a very stressful moment. Oh, okay, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. All right, we gotta cut this. All right, folks, let's recap. We have protein in our eggs plus our cheese, healthy fats in the guac, lots of high fiber carbs in our tortillas and in a little bit of veg plus our avocado. I am going to just do mine up like this. Little guac, little salsa action. That is so good. I'm gonna do this like way more often. All right, since we're on a Napoleon Dynamite kick, I feel like we can get a little workout in here with a dance number. Now, it's been about 20 years since I've watched / done this dance. I was part of a traveling theater group in high school where we used to go to different schools and entertain them with our exceptional theater talent. And we did a little dance to this at some point. And once I rewatched the clips, I realized how horrible it was. Yet we somehow thought we were just like killing it. But let's do this. Enough. It is lunchtime and I'm feeling royally nostalgic. And I feel like we need a little rom-com interlude to like feel some feels. The Princess Diaries is one of the best feel-good movies. If you're having a hard day and need a little positive affirmation, listen up, I got you. No one can quit being who they really are. Wow is having the power to affect change. You saw me when I was invisible. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You've been hurt, so you just cry, okay? I guess we all need a good cry. So now that we're all feeling more confident, strong, and hungry, let's take a look at this lunch.
I didn't order pizza, I'm sorry, man.
No, you must. That's our motto.
You don't make the pizza.
No, I just deliver them.
I feel about chocolate on pizza, though I can totally get on board with a little chocolate M&M action on the side. But I am all for any reason to have pizza for lunch. So I'm gonna show you how I transform a basic frozen pizza into a balanced meal. Frozen pizza down. I'm gonna add some spinach, literally just like any leftover vegetables that I have. Some chicken, or some protein. I've got some broccoli that I've just got left over in the house, so I can add that on. Some bell peppers, some more color, more fiber, and some tomatoes. And I acknowledge that there's already cheese on this pizza, but now that I've added more toppings, I feel like we should put some more cheese on top. So let me get that. Cheese, please. And this adds more protein and some calcium as well, so we love to see it. Pizza time!
Pizza time.
She's extra cheesy. Nice. All right, how do I lift this up? So I've got some pine nuts on top for some healthy fats. Delish. Add the 5 hours later me.
5 hours later.
Yes. I'm pumped now. Honestly, a little hot honey just takes a pizza up to the next level. Okay, tell me this meal does not look amazing, but also let this be a reminder that sometimes only like a thick crust, double cheese, double pepperoni is gonna do. And you can serve with a side salad or some veggies on the side if you don't wanna load it up on your pizza, or maybe you just don't. Not every meal needs to be perfectly balanced or a hunger crushing combo. Also, can we just acknowledge that wearing these like little pieces in front of our face like we used to do in the early 2000s is really annoying. It's like bangs, but with slightly more options. So take a look at this bad boy. Oh, the hot honey though, guys. I'm telling you, we didn't have hot honey in the 2000s, but if we did, I would have been all over that shit. This is so good. So far on this little nostalgic blast from the past, we have nailed the comedy genres. But I feel like it's time for a little ugly cry. Look no further than our generation's poster child of body insecurity, Bridget Jones. This movie is a true sign of the times and can definitely be seen as a commentary on diet culture in the 2000s. In the books and movies, Bridget is often shown kind of cycling through different diets and exercise regimens, often resulting in her hating her body and herself even more every single time they fail. I mean, this is a heavy topic, so before I even get into the food, Abby, can you go over what diet culture looked like in this defining decade? Oi, the 2000s were unkind for so many reasons, and I'm sure a lot of you watching can attest to the persistent damage that this decade has done. This was when The Biggest Loser and other thinspiration weight loss related reality TV were really in their prime. These were shows that promoted and celebrated disorderly behaviors and resulted in scientifically proven long-term damage for contestants. This was also the era of mass body shaming and criticism in the media. Celebrities were either being ripped apart for being too fat or too thin, with non-stop commentary that surely only served to perpetuate any unhealthy, problematic behaviors. But let's talk about some of the heavy hitters of this era. This was also a time when low-carb diets reigned supreme. The Atkins and South Beach diets were really popular in the early 2000s, which kind of then opened the door for more extreme versions like keto a decade later. Celebrities and their weight loss campaigns also ran rampant. Oprah and Jessica Simpson repped Weight Watchers, Marie Osborne used Nutrisystem, Kirstie Alley on her Jenny Craig, and Whoopi Goldberg used Slim Fast. Let's not forget about the thinspiration blogs. This is the birthplace of dangerous pro-ED thinspiration blogs, Tumblr, and Reddit threads. These accounts often shared images of emaciated models and celebrities, as well as tips for restrictive diets and excessive exercise. And I do definitely fear that this trend is making a dreaded resurgence in 2023. And finally, the skinny fashion. I discussed this in my video on Y2K fashion trends resurfacing right here, but the early 2000s look can be described as nothing else but basically malnourished. This trend led to concerns about the health and well-being of models, as well as criticism of the fashion industry for promoting an unhealthy body image. Though let's be real, not surprisingly, not much has changed. Thank you so much, Abby. I appreciate the thoroughness. I was actually just procrastinating because for dinner, we are making blue soup. Yep, you heard me right, blue soup. I'm sure you're all thinking, Abby, why can't we just have chicken noodle or minestrone and say,
I like you very much, just as you are.
But we are trying to channel the iconic Bridget Jones's energy here, which means we have to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations and try new things. Okay, so according to this online recipe, this is basically just like a simple potato soup with some food dye in it. But I've got some tricks up my sleeve to make it a little more nutritious and balanced, and hopefully a lot less gross. All right, olive oil down, and we're gonna do some onion. All right, celery, parsnips, because they're like a white carrot, but I think they are even more tasty, so I'm gonna add lots. We got our potatoes, and I'm gonna add some cauliflower for some extra fiber. The thing about soups and me is we just completely freestyle. I never follow a recipe for a soup, and it always just works out beautifully. That said, I've never made blue soup, so this might be my first epic fail. All right, I'm gonna add in some bouillon. Pop lid on and let it do its thing. Okay, so this is my little hack. Whew. When you want a creamy soup without having to add cream, plus a little extra fiber and protein for good measure. I'm adding a can of white beans. When you puree it, it gets super thick, super creamy, and we're adding lots of nutrition as well. So this can become like a full hearty meal. So in Bridget's style, she did struggle a bit with the blending situation. So we're prepared. Ooh, looks nice and creamy. A little salt, a little pepper. I should use white pepper, but I don't have it. Okay, last little. Now I'm using a spirulina-based natural food dye just because I personally am sensitive to a lot of artificial food dyes. But while I work that in, Abby, can you give us like the rundown on spirulina? Is it actually worth the hype? On it, spirulina is an algae-based supplement that grows in fresh and salt water and is rich in antioxidants and protein. Research has found that it may be effective in clinical doses for reducing blood sugar, cholesterol, allergic rhinitis, blood pressure, and improving athletic performance. Now, of course, a drop of concentrated spirulina-based food dye isn't going to magically make you like Magic Johnson, but it does make food a little more fun for kids, and kids at heart. The blue is throwing me, guys. It's throwing me hard, because I wouldn't want to offend her at her dinner party either. If you close your eyes, it's delicious. And it's also pretty nutrient packed. Poppy! Okay, you had pizza. You had pizza. You give an inch, she takes a mile. Honestly. We got fiber-rich carbs in our potatoes, our vegetables, our bread. Trust me, you don't want it. Don't even smell it. You don't want it. We've got protein in our white beans and some healthy fats in the pine nuts that I threw on top. It's actually delicious, even though it kind of looks like blue milk from Star Wars. And it may turn my tongue blue. Not that it'd be the first time. Evidence. Oh, the shorts were so short. So I'm gonna finish this off probably with my eyes closed, and I'll meet you back here for dessert, brought to you by Elle Woods. As you may or may not know, Elle Woods and her dog Bruiser are both Gemini vegetarians, and they also invented the iconic bend and snap.
So you bend and snap. See?
Like most of us ladies, our friend Elle, you are being so sassy today. Okay, I know we're talking about another dog right now, but like, chill. Anyways, what I was saying is that like most of us girlies, Elle Woods needs a little something sweet in some challenging times. If we swap out the heartbreak for like pure motherhood exhaustion and General Hospital for Love is Blind, you basically have me right here, right now. And I can always get on board with little chocolate something something. So this is one of our favorite little desserts in my house. We're gonna make my no-bake chickpea chocolate chip cookie dough balls. We gotta workshop the title, but it's delicious. Let's do it. Okay, chickpeas down, drained, rinsed. You gotta go with the no salt added, otherwise these are kind of like sweet, but also like savory. You need about 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Just gonna eyeball. Couple tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, your choice if you want to keep it fully vegan. Little splash of vanilla. Some almond flour. You could also use oat flour, but I like the healthy fats in almond flour. This is just kind of like gonna glue it all together. I know I just said we don't want to make them too salty, but you need like a little salt to bring out the delicious flavor in chocolate, in my honest opinion. Let's blend. I'm adding some chocolate chips right to the mix, but don't worry, there'll be some more chocolate action in a minute. This is a generous ball size. Well, this will be a nice vacation for his balls. We're gonna pop this in the freezer for like 10 minutes. I feel comfortable using legal jargon in everyday life. I object. I don't need backups. I'm going to Harvard. Whoever said orange is the new pink was seriously disturbed. Oh, I like your outfit too, but when I dress up as a frigid bitch, I try not to look so constipated. When used appropriately, it has an 83% return on a dinner invitation. It's called the bend and snap. God help my titties. Oh, that is a chocolate ball I want to eat. Mom win. I'm gonna do a little salt on top. Maybe a little sprinkle action for funsies. How fun are these? Like huge upgrade from a Starbucks cake pop, which costs like way too much money for what they're worth. So to recap, we have lots of fiber in our chickpeas, plus healthy fats in the almond flour and the peanut butter, and tons of fiber in there from the beans as well. And lots of chocolate for good measure. Soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. I'm telling you, these just hit. I don't know what I'm more impressed with, my little baby cake pops, or the fact that I got through this entire video dressed like J-Lo and didn't have an epic Janet Jackson nip slip. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the editing process how successful we actually were. This day was so much fun. I got to channel my inner teenager, I got to rewatch some of my favorite movies of all time, and I got chocolate. Love it. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what 2000s movies and food scenes I missed. And if there's another decade or another theme you guys want me to cover, leave me a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you are new here, and I'll see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye!